Elizabeth Magical Garden, a magical garden reaching for the stars. Guys, did it just look like I didn't even know what I wanted to say? Because honestly speaking, it's been a week, guys. It's been a week, okay? And I pray that this week is bringing you, this new week, okay, is bringing you nothing but joy, great health, okay, and great strength, okay? Okay, so now I said that. Hello, welcome. My name is Elizabeth from Elizabeth Magical Garden, a magical garden reaching for the stars. Today we have so much to discuss, guys. Guys, all I have to say is that I feel so blessed and so honored because education is key. Educating oneself is key, because when it's time to pay the price and live in this life, you need to stay educated and elevated. Okay, so I like to go down the list in terms of what I'm going to be how this layout is going to be happening. So first I'm going to tell you the placements of the planets. Next, I'm going to tell you which planets aspects that stuck out to me. And then we're going to discuss the energy that they are giving me. I'm receiving from them intuitively, and how can we use this energy for our benefit so we can progress, right? Progress in the things that we want for our lives and progress. Okay, just progress. I'm getting a lot of progression, okay? So anyway, right now the sun is in Pisces. The sun is in Pisces, and honestly, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling that energy. So right now the sun is in Pisces, the moon is in Gemini, okay, and then it will be moving into Cancer on the 23rd of February. That's a Tuesday. And then the moon will be moving into Leo on the 25th. That's a Thursday, okay, and then it will be moving into Virgo, which is Saturday, which is the 27th of this week. Okay, so that is the rundown of that. Then we just went direct today in Mercury. Hands up, hands up. Yes, I being ruled by Mercury, I'm a Gemini. For those who doesn't know, that was a lot of jog, okay? Yes, Mercury is still in Aquarius, but that was like a lot. So I'm really happy that we are direct right now in Aquarius. We have Venus in Aquarius. We have Mars in Taurus. We have Jupiter in Aquarius. We have Saturn in Aquarius, of course. And then we have Uranus in Taurus, okay? And it's really interesting because Neptune is in, let me see, where's Neptune? Neptune, if I'm not, it's in Pisces. So that really stuck out to me, but I can't wait to discuss that. Okay, and then we have Pluto in Capricorn. We have the North Node in retrograde in Gemini. And then we have Lilith in Taurus. Okay, now the ones I kind of just already spilled the beans. Pisces really stick out to me, not only because the sun is in Pisces, which I'm sure has a lot to do with it. Neptune and Jupiter is the ruler of Pisces, and with Jupiter being in Gemini right now, this is a perfect time to really tap into your divine essence. You know what I'm saying? To expand and accelerate the very things that you want in your life, because Pisces comes from, they're like between worlds, like I should say between like spiritual planes. Pisces is a very spiritual sign. This is when you will get a lot of, in my humble opinion, a lot of downloads. I can already feel it within myself. I can already feel how the energy got like lighter in a different sense, and a little heavier in a different sense, if you know what I'm saying. Because every time the sun transfers through the astrological signs, the planets, there's a different vibe. There's a different type of energy that will take place. And for me, I noticed that, just like as soon as we moved into Pisces, I always practice my spiritual practice, but I noticed that it's like a veil was lifted from my eyes. I see that where it's like, okay, I need to give a little more in that space for myself. Really take more time and sit at my altar. Just really releasing and recharging my batteries. Okay, so you definitely are going to get a lot with that. And with Jupiter being in Aquarius and it rules Pisces, this is just such a, a lot of times, you have to like really, and especially the sun being in Pisces, this is a really good time to really focus and take practice mindfulness, okay, which I'll get back into. Practice mindfulness, because it will allow you to really like stop thinking negatively. If you find yourself like thinking down on yourself or your situation, it's good to be honest in those aspects, because like I said, Jupiter is in Aquarius and Jupiter rules Pisces. You don't want more of the very thing that you are not wanting. You know what I'm saying? Jupiter is about expansion, so you don't need that. And then with Mercury being direct but is also in Aquarius, again, that hazy space, that Pisces space, you're gonna find yourself, your imaginations can run wild. But here's the thing, imaginations are here to be cultivated and created. I will repeat that, imaginations are here to be cultivated and created. We don't have to allow our minds just to grow weeds and just be scattered all over the place. We are in charge of our present reality. Remember, we don't have control of the things that's outside of us, but we do have control. Okay, we do have control with the things that's within us. And with the North Node in Gemini, okay, in Gemini, in Mercury, in Mercury, and it's in retrograde. And it's just so funny, like Mercury just went direct in today, and then Mercury is in retrograde in the North Node. So the reason why it might sound like I'm stumped, because it's like the same ships that are colliding. This energy right here is juicy, my guys. I tell you not. Like, I'm really feeling the Pisces energy, because think about it. Prayer is something that is really ancient. This been going on for a very long time. So being able to channel your inner essence, your inner being, to offer help into your very existence, in your present state, that's nothing to play with, and it's definitely nothing to take lightly. Be aware this week about what you watch, the things that you see on TV, the things that you are listening to. I personally like to listen to a lot of 4 Hertz music, because I don't want to hear anybody's voice other than my own, and my own thoughts. You know what I'm saying? And music has a way, you get downloads from everything. So voices, frequencies has a lot to do with your inner peace. Okay. So if you look at the times that we in, there's so much going on. There's so much going on right now. My prayers are definitely with the world, especially Texas, everybody, just in general, right? It's easy to connect, and I'm not saying to be heartless, but be aware of where you allow your energy, because yes, you can say, oh, well, pray for Texas. Let's just put it on the table. Pray for Texas, which is good, because you're praying for the people. Yes, good afternoon. You're praying for the people, but at the same token, we have to be mindful what comes with that, right? I try to really work on, if there's a lot of energy being spewed in this one area is not to say that I don't want to acknowledge it or focus, but if anything, I'll work on, because I'm only human, I'm not perfect. I'll work on redirecting my energy into thinking abundance and great health for all humankind. You know what I'm saying? You see how I shifted it? I shift, my way of thinking and the energy that I decided to put into, whereas not being allowing myself to be in such a, because I was feeling sad. I was feeling very anxious the other day. I deal with anxiety, so it was really making me. And then on top of that, I had my own personal things that I'm going through, as we all are. So you can come from a place of hopelessness. You can come from a place of just feeling like, you know what, this is it, like nothing is working out. But I kid you not, this is an illusion. Because let me tell you something, I don't care where you are. I don't care where you are in your life right now. When you take the time to do the inner work, this is when you will truly find inner peace. And I'm telling you guys, by the grace of everything good, I will, excuse me, be 48 in June. And I'm just now licking the iceberg. Every time I allow myself to focus from within, I come out with so much strength that I didn't even realize, or I wasn't focusing on, to know that I even had it. I always walk away from that space like, you should have been did that, or dang, like you ain't know that, girl. But even in that, when I realize, because I do that, but when I realize I'm doing, I'll be like, but you're doing it now. But you're doing it now. And that's what this energy is bringing for me in Pisces. And with the North Node, and then we in Pisces right now, you're going to get a lot of downloads in terms of things that happen, when you was a kid, when you was a young girl or a young boy, maybe like even with your peers, you're going to start thinking about the very things that cultivated you to be the person that you are today, if that makes any sense. Okay. So with the sun just being in Pisces and Mercury just going direct today, and then we have Jupiter in Aquarius, I can't stress this enough. This is the time for a major expansion. Along with another thing, I'm getting numbers, guys. Like lately, I have always been into numerology. But there's levels to that shit, okay? And there, I just been really led to start really focusing on like the alignment of so many different things, not with just astrology. I would say this to you guys: keep your eyes and your ears open, keep your spirit strong, okay? Because my call is not your call. Your call is not my call. But yet we all work together, if that makes any sense. You know what I'm saying? So when you come from a place of being true within yourself, you are more able and more stronger to aid other people. And this comes from also, I'm getting like, if you are a type of person to like always do everything for everybody else, I'm sorry, not sorry, like with the North Node being in Gemini and is in retrograde right now, this is a time to like kind of like pull back your resources, pull back, your availability. You are a sovereign being having a spiritual experience, okay? Excuse me. So you are valuable, okay? And a lot of times we have to teach people our value. And a lot of times when people come from that place of teaching others value, they say that, oh, you're being selfish. No, what it is, I'm being selfless, okay? Because I'm being true to my energy, because what's inside of me, I can't always articulate to you to make you feel comfortable of why I can or cannot do the very thing that you need for me. Okay. What I need right now is for you to be just as understanding as you would want me to be for you. Because in actuality, everything that you want for yourself, that the person, the group, whoever, whatever entities that you find yourself working with, feels the same way. We all want the same thing. It's so funny because all of this is just like, I'm not saying anything underneath the sun that hasn't been said, But it's just that we always have to constantly remind ourselves. You know what I'm saying? So, how are some of the things? I keep it, I keep it light and sweet. What are some of the things that we can do to able us this week so we can move forward, so we can move in a pace that is true to our personal nature? That is a very important thing I just said. Being true to your personal nature. I don't know where the time went, guys. Like, honestly, I was 18. I don't know. I was 14, 15, 16, 17. Next thing you know, I'm 48. All I know, well, I'll be 48 by the grace of everything good. All I know is that I move different. There's times of the days, and this is not by mistake. Everybody has a time and a peak where you resonate with, and I'll definitely be making a segment about certain times of the day, what element, because every time of the day is not just regular. And I and I just, when I started studying that not too long ago, I was like, that makes so much sense. And what was the funny thing about it is the alignment in terms of how I move personally. It touched on it to a T. So I'll definitely will be making a video about that. So stay tuned for that, because you'll learn a lot about yourself in terms the time of the day. If it's earth, between a certain time and a certain time is fire. Between a certain time to a certain time is air. You know what I'm saying? So I'll get more into that in another video. But I did want to throw that out there just in case, I'm not selfish with the information. You know what I mean? You don't gotta wait for me to make a video. You can look it up on your own. But definitely that is something to look into, because you're like, oh, okay. So between these hours and this hour and this hour and this hour, this represent this earthly element. I happen to resonate. Some people resonate more with air. Some people resonate more with fire energy. Some people resonate more with earth energy. You know what I'm saying? And water. So if certain times of the day are peak in those elements, why not cultivate the time that you have certain as much as you can help it, for those that time span when you know that you could give your best work, right? And when you give things true best work with your best work, and when you come from a place of love, this little seed that you're planting and you're being consistent in has no choice but to flourish, but to grow. That's why they say be careful with the things that you focus on and the things that you give energy to, because anything that you constantly give energy to, you will get more of, aka Jupiter. Okay? So some of the things we could do is meditation. Meditation, guys, let me tell you something. Medication for me is like, I don't know, for the people that grew up like, what I'm saying, like you was a little girl, boy in the 80s. So what's that? Sour Powers or lemon heads. They still got them out, but I used to love me some lemon heads, right? Very sweet, but very tart at the same time. Meditation brings that for me, because my mind is always going, but what I learned a long time ago, it's not about quieting down yourself. It's about understanding that these thoughts is coming through your frontal lobe. These thoughts that you have, these downloads that you are occurring, are not something to be begrudged or to question. They're just coming like pictures within your frontal lobe, within your mind. So allowing these things to say, okay, I had this thought. Okay, that was interesting, and let it pass, because another thought is going to come. So that is a beautiful form of meditation. I like to make it, your girl like to make it type delicious, light a candle. I got a whole vibe going on. You know what I'm saying? Why not? But meditation will definitely help you this month. I'm saying for this week, but honestly speaking, while we in this whole Pisces sun right now, I would say medication. Well, meditation is medication, okay? Meditating first thing, whether it's before you, when you first thing in the morning when you wake up, or at night. Me personally, I don't believe in those type of rules. I believe in when you have when your solar plex energy is ready to contract and give you and give you the ability and put you in a space where you can actually harness and be in yourself. You can honestly be in yourself. You are okay with being in that moment. That is a very, very great time to do a lot of manifestation, clearing and receiving. Okay. And which I had, and another one is being mindful of your thoughts, which I touched on earlier. Being, practicing mindfulness, okay? And that is a very, I mean, for me, this is something that I'm always working on. Like, I don't have no give on that. That's not something I could be like, oh, I'm ruled by Mercury. I do move fast. I love to learn. I love to, I'm always, receiving, and welcome to the energy, but you got to dial it back. And with this North Node, I got my eye on in retrograde in the North Node. And the North Node is for those that does not know, this is the side of your birth chart where you want to aspire to. This is what you came here to do. Mine is in Capricorn. So Capricorns are, the grandfather sign. They move a certain type of way. They're consistent. They get this, but it's not a rush. And having that in my sixth house, I can see all of it. The way I move, I always get it done, but it has to be a certain way and at a certain pace. I could look left, I could look right to see what everybody else is doing, who's moving fast. And because I am a Gemini, I want to move at a faster pace, but I know the downfall, okay, that awaits me if I take that road, okay? Especially, and another thing, it's not even, forget age, okay? Your body. What are you doing to heal yourself while you want this, you want to achieve that? How are you giving back to yourself? And this is why I love meditation, because meditation, it helps you find out those kinks, like iron out those kinks that you may have in your body. A lot of times I can tell. I just, okay, it's cold, guys. I don't mean to hold you, but it's cold as shit in my apartment, okay? But we making it, okay? And I say this because it's hard to put on my yoga clothes and get on a cold mat, right? So but at the same token, I am a person that have to move. I cannot stay idle. So I know when I'm not pushing myself in the direction that will able me to be stronger and be able for me to do more. So a lot of times it's not so much that you're lazy and you're not motivated or whatever the situation. You're not moving your body. You're not moving your body. And you know what? Okay, you may not be into yoga or whatever. You could do breathing exercises, which is extremely good. Okay, not only I mean, honestly, through all the chakras, okay, but especially when you start to breathe from your solar flex and be able to inhale and exhale, even down to like while you walking to do the groceries or whatever the situation is. Use this time wisely. Focus on your breathing, okay? But when you practice mindfulness, you're able to dial back, bring back what you are. You know how like you could be like a lot of times, you start, let's just say you chopping celery, you're cooking, you're getting your things together. The mind has a tendency to run away. And then you're like, damn, you'll be thinking about something that happened like, who knows, yesterday or light years ago, right? It's not about beating up on yourself, but once you realize the direction that your mind chose to go, just bring it back. Just bring it back. Just bring it back. And the more that you do that, the more that you can give present energy to where you are. Because you know what this forces you to do as well? If you don't like your present situation, it forces you to do something about it. Okay, that is one of the I don't want to say trickeries, but that is one of the angles of that comes out of, and so much more, mindfulness. Okay, because a lot of times I know for me, and this is why I'm learning that I had so much intense anxiety, because I wanted to run away. I wanted to escape my present moment, escape it. I don't want to deal with it. I already don't want to do it. I want to. yeah, I was getting it done, but it's like I was actually defeating the purpose. I was working harder, I should say. I was working harder than needed be, because I was fighting the very thing that was inevitable. I still have to do whatever I'm doing. I still have to accomplish whatever I was accomplishing, but begrudging it and cursing at it and getting down on it while I'm actually doing it. It's like, dude, like, why are you going against the grain? Like, why are you doing? You're not going to even try to have a good life in the spite thereof. And I guess this is what I'm trying to say overall. You know, guys, there's so much things that's going on in this world. There's so many things that's going on in our personal lives. We all have a story. I don't think anybody's having a cush situation, even if it appears to be, right? There's something in your life that you wish was different, or it's always something. It's always something. And I hate to bust your little beautiful bubble. It's going to always be something. But how you show up is another thing. You are a conqueror. There is nothing on this here on earth, okay, that can truly affect you as long as you work on your perspective, your present perspective of things. Because I'm telling you, it's like a hard jog. It's like, I feel like personally, and I'm not even jinxing, but this is just what life is. I feel like personally that it's just crazy. But guys, these are my tips. I love you so much. Be sure to hit me up and check me up. I love you guys. You have a blessed day, and I definitely will speak to you soon. Bye.